Great peace, great peace, great peace, great peace, Shakoki. All right, so I want to talk about today fertility rate. Let's talk about birth rates. Now, America, as we can see, um, black babies aren't being produced fast enough. White babies are said to not be producing at all. But Africa, though, they're producing. It's projected by 2050 over 75% of countries, 155 out of 204, will not have high fertility to sustain their population size, rising to 97% by 2100. That's a big deal. And then we also got to put into consideration that there'll be wars. You got Russia versus NATO. You got China versus USA. Israel versus Iran and other proxies. Ukraine versus Russia. Venezuela versus U.S. regional tensions. Sudan civil war. Ethiopia Eritrean conflict. Sahel instability with Burkina Faso and Mali. Afghanistan and Pakistan border disputes. So not only are wars going to affect our birth rates, right? But the fact that men are incapable of wooing women to have children. A lot of women don't want to have children, for a number of reasons. Because they feel like the man will leave them with the child, and the child will grow up without a father. As we've been saying for like the past 20 years, a lot of people have been growing up without fathers around the world. But that's not the catch-all, really. The catch-all is that Africa is going to be having high fertility rates. So they're projected to have a lot of children within the next 10 years. In fact, their economy, right, is based off of ages, I want to say 21 to 29, very young people, right, their economy. So what does that say? Like, what does that say, really? So China, Korea, right, they're about to have a population deduction. They're not really having children, according to media outsources. And then they're also having trouble with the government, where the government is saying they should only have one child per household. I'm not sure how true that is, but that's some research that you all can do. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to shape out in the next 60 years. I don't know. I would say for the man out there, like, who want to have children, I would say do some studying up on women's psychology, because we know that this economy is also driven by logic, but it's also driven by emotionalism. So I would say for the man, do some studying up on women's psychology. It's going to be a risk for many who are trying to keep up with certain lifestyles out in the U.S. Because the economy is really, our economy has not really deferred from, it's mainly been based off of agriculture. Because, like, if you don't eat, then you're not going to work. You know what I mean? So, you know how they associate cornrows with cotton. So it's the same thing. You have to know exactly whether your economy is going to be within the next projections. And given the outlook, a lot of us, we're kind of clueless right now. A lot of us have severed communities. A lot of us aren't participating in communities. A lot of us have taken the role of AI in a sense. I know I have. I know I've been putting out my videos, trying to inform people who may be coming across videos within my region, because everybody has that responsibility to inform others up until they can. So that's what I've been doing. I think this idea that, we may have a humanless society in the future. No, I don't think that's the case. I think Africa runs the entire world. I really think, because I think they have these old Manchurian families, particularly in South Sudan. Once South Sudan recovers, I think the rest of I think all black people will be fine. No matter whether they be in Turkey, whether they be in Israel, whether they be in Palestine, I think all black people will be fine once South Sudan recovers, for a number of social reasons. So once that happens, then, we'll be fine. But other than that, I would say just, try your best to defeat the enemy mentally. Try your best to defeat the enemy mentally. This is going to be a long, drawn-out war that's going to be fatiguing us, but we have to do what we have to do. So, great peace, Yaakov.